I'm Beth Ann.
What's up? I'm Ayla.
This is Let's Talk BL, a Boys Love podcast.
Today on the podcast, it's Sunday, Series Sunday, back again. This is the day of the week when we talk all things one series and one series only. And normally at this point in the podcast, I would tell you, click away. Don't come back until you have watched this. Otherwise, be spoiled. But switching things up, things have changed. It's a whole new ballgame this time around because this is not a Series Sunday in which you can be spoiled. It's because we're talking about a short film and a series trailer of a concept, an overall world that we are super excited about called Summerdaze.
Yes, it's so true. We love crowdfunding, and the fact that we have the opportunity to crowdfund a BL, and not just any BL, but Singapore's first BL is super exciting.
And so we're going to talk a lot more about the crowdfunding because, as everyone knows, we just joke about crowdfunding a lot, the concept of it.
True.
But before we do that, we're going to talk about the short film that came out in 2018 and the series trailer that came out in 2021. And I mean, overall, the fact that we're going to be talking about roughly like 7 minutes worth of content in total, I mean, the chaos, I'll spill the beans. This is actually our second try recording this episode.
I feel like us coming up with this and us deciding to do this is just like truly our brand.
I mean, honestly, it got so chaotic. I can't explain. Do you understand why? Because I don't understand why. For whatever reason, this has just sort of become like our touchstone, like pet project. Like we quote from this. We're wearing green today, and we literally just like locked eyes, and we were like, "Tadpole is frog."
Tadpole is frog, yeah.
Tadpole is frog, which is like the most obscure Summerdaze reference of all time. How do we have this? I don't understand.
I think because this series has everything that we love, right? Like,
but it's not even a series yet. That's what's going to be hilarious about today's episode.
It's true. This concept is everything that we love because we love
Alfred.
We love David and Alfred. We love aesthetically pleasing, deep storylines that don't waste a lot of time.
We love symmetry. We love production value. We stand creatives.
Former
we love
idols.
Jeju. We love idols.
It
literally is almost like this was created for us. I don't know what sort of black magic happened.
Spoiler alert. We also love boys that talk to us. And
that is to say, if you stick around this coming Wednesday, David and Alfred, the lead characters in Summerdaze, both the short film and the series, will be on the podcast this coming Wednesday. And so, we thought, let's give you a little prep, a little primer on who these people are and why we like them. So let's get into it. Let's start with the short film. It came out in 2018. It's available on YouTube. It is 3 minutes and 37 seconds of amazingness.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about it is there is no dialogue.
Yeah.
There's no spoken word in the whole thing. And it's beautiful.
Yeah. How did you find this show? I told you about it. I don't know how I found this show. Of course, y'all, me and my YouTube nonsense. So I'm sure I came across it. And I feel like this is similar to my whole Innocent experience where I found it on YouTube probably a year ago and nothing really registered. And then I remember the trailer for the crowdfunding came out and I was like, Ayla, we're donating money because there's a crowdfunding of BL and we have to be a part of this. And this
and I remember it wasn't just you talking about it. Like, sort of all of a sudden, like, you told me, you were like, Ayla, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. And I was just like, okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing other people talk about it. And then just finally one day, you and I were working on something else. And it popped up on my YouTube homepage.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I need to watch this. I forgot.
Yeah.
And I am like truly immediately was hooked because of the production value. And so what's super cool about the short film is that it actually started as like a fashion film. Am I right about this?
Yeah, yeah. It was like funded by a fashion company that wanted to tell a story.
And it's beautiful. And so it is set in Jeju. And so while it is like Singaporean produced, it is technically and is frequently referred to as a Korean short film, like a Korean short BL, which is interesting because Alfred, of course, is Singaporean, and then David is Cambodian living in Singapore.
Yeah.
So and then the creative team behind it is Singaporean. And so like it's this very interesting mix of like cultures and viewpoints. Like it's super cool. It's really beautiful. And so the plot, if you can believe it, there is a plot in a 3-minute and 37-second short film.
Yeah, yeah.
The plot is actually like, I am truly amazed at what they were able to do in this short film because it starts with these two friends that get on a plane and go to Jeju for vacation. I mean, truly living the dream, first of all. Like, let's get that out of the way. And they just kind of like go on these like fun friend ventures. They're like gallivanting through fields in the forest. And they like,
I want to have friend ventures again with you.
I know. They like play in a creek. Yeah. And at one point I remember
frolic in the tea fields.
Yeah, they're like frolicking and like, although y'all know we love a beach. Is there a beach scene in this? I mean, I think they like look at the sunset over the beach.
Yeah,
I don't think
like
they frolic on the beach.
It's
There's
Jeju.
not like a
they're on an
frolic.
island. Like
yeah. So technically the whole thing is a beach frolic, I guess.
Yeah.
But okay, so they're having these like fun friend ventures and they're playing in a creek. And oh my God, when I tell you, this is like one of my favorite things. So they're playing in this creek and we were watching this together, just like refresh for this series Sunday. And I remember I said to you, I was like, I hope they fall in the creek. And you were like, I thought you were going to say, I hope they fall in love. And I mean that too. Truly, yeah. But
that's so funny.
What happens is Alfred's character, who we find out in the trailer, you don't know this in the short film, but we find out in the trailer, his character's name is Kai. Kai has he gets a little scrape knee stitch, right? He scrapes his knee. Yeah. There's like, and so they go back to their like Airbnb, this like cute, like woodsy, like wood panel Airbnb.
Really cute, like setting. I love
the aesthetic of every single location that they picked for all of these shots is just like gorgeous.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the GOT7. There was a GOT7 photo shoot thing in like a house. Do you know what I'm talking about? You remember that? That's what it just suddenly reminded me of that, where they're like they're paired up and they're like doing things in like that aesthetic cabin. Anyways, side note.
I mean, Alfred is a whole idol.
That was signed to JYP.
Hey, be cool. That's interview content.
Sorry.
Be cool.
Oh man.
No, okay. So
anyway,
the two characters, Scrape Knee, were sitting on a bed. I mean, bruh.
I mean,
like you already know.
The BL writes itself.
It writes itself. So they're sitting on a bed and like
there's a stair. The stair.
I don't know if I can get through this. Okay, this is a really important scene to talk about though, not just because it's like but so they're sitting on the bed. Kai's knee is scraped, and Evan, who is David's character, again, you don't know this in the short film, but you find out in the series trailer. Evan is like cleaning his wound, as you do for just bro things.
And Evan has the sweetest expression on his face, like innocent, helping his friend.
Just bro things. I mean, truly.
Just fun friends.
And so this is where it's really important to talk about this in particular in this short film. Yeah. Is because the acting and the emotion and the meaning that is conveyed from both of these actors in this scene. I mean, we're talking total screen time of like 20 seconds a piece, right?
Yeah.
Is truly outstanding. So you see Kai, who is played by Alfred, he has this moment, and the fact that he portrays this with no dialogue, no voiceover, just his face. I make a lot of jokes about Alfred's face, but like just his face.
Not like bad jokes. Like,
no, not bad jokes.
Like we love his face jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
his face is perfect.
His face, yeah. Like you want to, like, I stand the face. We stand his face.
He's more than just a cute boy, Ayla. He has excellent acting skills.
So Alfred's face. I want that on a shirt. So Alfred's face. And then I also want a cutout of his face.
Yeah.
I want this. Were you gonna say you just want Alfred's face?
Yeah, on a shirt.
Oh.
Okay, this is not an Alfred appreciation podcast.
Though it could be.
No, it probably will be.
It will be. Who knew too? Like when I first like watched this trailer, who knew this would happen? I didn't know. I had no idea what was coming for me. The future of Singapore was coming for me, truly.
I know. I feel like through this, you felt like the irony of it being set in Jeju, but you've fallen in love with Singapore. And a Singaporean idol that, like, you know.
I literally, for the past, like, 2 weeks, have just been screaming at everybody I know. I've been screaming at them, like, you guys, Singapore's living in the future. Because I have, like, done all this research on Singapore. I'm like, you guys, they have merlions and a museum shaped like a lotus and an airport train. Anyways, okay. Alfred's face. Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
He has this moment, Kai, the character Kai, has this moment when Evan is like cleaning his wound and it's a moment that's truly universal, which is cool. What's cool about it? Where it's like these feelings that he like has, you know, kind of probably had and been building. He's like, okay, this is real. Like what I'm feeling, like I really feel this way because of course, like they're close to each other and you can see he's like, I'm just going to try. And we've all had that moment. Like I remember having that moment as a teenager and like, I can still picture it and like, remember it. It's like clear as day. Right. So those moments are very meaningful, I think in all of our lives. And so he's clearly having this moment of like, I just need to try because I'm feeling something. And all of this whole story is told on his face, which is amazing. And then opposite, you have Evan, played by David, who, again, like you mentioned, he has this sort of just like innocent, like I'm just focused on the task at hand. And then when Kai leans in, what goes across his face again, and we're talking about like 20-second screen time max, is this like confusion and like fear, but not like anger, disgust, like nothing like that. But this like confusion and fear and just like true, like you can see there are a million things running through his mind and he's just trying to figure out how to process it.
Yeah.
And you believe it and you feel that. And what's cool about it is you feel for both of them, right? Yeah. So like you understand it. It's very in a very similar vein to like Itse, where you can kind of understand both. Like it's so hard to be mad at one of them, right? Like you're just not mad in Itse at Tay. You're just not mad at him because you can't be, because he's going through something. And it's the same situation here.
Right.
And I think like that makes this scene really cool.
Yeah, and that's like where the show shifts a little bit. Right. And you know, you see it's nighttime. David's kind of passing through David's character's passing through, and he shuts the door to the bedroom. Alfred's character.
So they're not sleeping. So in the beginning of the short film, they're like sleeping in the same bed, you know, just bro things, and like completely innocent. But now the tone of like their relationship has changed. So like Kai is sleeping on the couch, and what's interesting again, like not only the talent of Alfred and David on screen, but also of the creatives behind the scenes to sort of conceptualize and do this and visualize this, the tone of it changes. And so you start, one of the things I like so much about this is like the symmetry of it, and that it's like very full circle in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And not even just in the storyline, although the storyline is wonderfully done. But in the visualization, because remember, there's no dialogue here. So it's really, really important that the way that the scenes are visualized and the aesthetics of all the scenes are super important in telling the story.
There's like momentary monologue at the beginning and the end, but it like doesn't really say anything that you don't.
It's like poetic more than anything else. But so the short film starts with like a sunrise, and it's during the day, and it's very light and bright, and they're like frolicking in the sunlight, as you do. And then the sun sets, and then it's dark, and then the next day, so after this lean in has transpired, it's dark and it's cloudy and it's gray, and it's no longer like all sunshine.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like masterful in the way that it's like how visually compelling each scene is.
Yeah. And so then it wraps up with them sitting at this bus stop, which, it began at the bus stop. It's ending at the bus stop, and they're sitting next to each other. Their hands are on their laps, and y'all, we love like a hand graze or a hand
the tale of 1,000 stars pinky touch lives so deep in my heart.
It's so true. It's like quintessential BL. Like it's the sweet, innocent, hopeful. Like, oh my gosh, I remember being at church lock-ins in my teen years. Sweet, innocent child that I was. No longer am, because I'm a full adult. Sneaking a pinky towards the boy that I like, because we're sleeping in a gym and we're innocent. But like that's just like a sweet moment of like, it's not threatening. It's not, like you're not making huge steps. It's like, hey, I am reaching out, so to say. And so it ends with David's character, Evan, grabbing Alfred's hand.
And it's just like, literally, if you don't watch that and just squeal, like you're doing something wrong.
A sweet, beautiful montage that, and there's like a little bit
summer of my life,
a monologue where he's like, yeah, the best summer of my life, and who knows what's going to go from here. And so the exciting part was like this trailer or the short film got millions of views, and people were excited about it, and people were asking for the series because y'all, Ayla, we like scream from the rooftops about wanting a second season.
We scream about it all the time. We scream from the rooftops about just like everything all the time, to be fair. But specifically with crowdfunding. And so like with the short film, as it wraps up, again, 3 minutes, 37 seconds, just the way that there's a full story told here that like sets it up for something more and you want more, but at the same time, as a viewer, you feel like you got everything that you needed to get out of it. You understand the characters, you understand who they are, what they want, what they got out of it is pretty amazing. I mean, there are some like unrealistic bits of it, but like, what are you gonna do?
It's so good. So then we got the trailer for the crowdfunding for the for the series, and I will say,
the trailer fixes probably the only unrealistic bit of the short film, which is that somebody would like reject Alfred. Like somebody would be like, no. Because
in the trailer, literally everyone is after
Alfred. The trailer, everyone's all about Kai. And in the trailer, we got two boys. We got a love rival, y'all. We got like, yes, there are like dueling boys. There's a whole lot. So yes, now we have moved on from the 2018 short film, and we're all about this 8-episode series, which is funding now. The trailer was released in 2021. It's available on YouTube. We have watched it a million times. I highly recommend everyone else watch it a million times. And so, we move into what we think we're going to know about the series. And
Yeah.
truly, the trailer deserves its own conversation, anyways, because
Yeah.
there are a lot of really interesting bits in this trailer. And coming at it, looking at the fact that like this is a first go at a BL from this production company, there's a
Yeah.
lot to talk about the way they're putting it together.
Yeah. It's high quality. I mean, of course, the short film was high quality, and this
Right,
is
but okay, here's what's
high
interesting.
quality
The
too.
the short film was specifically shot as like an art film, right? Like it was like
Right.
a fashion film. So it
Right.
was it was shot with that kind of quality and production value in mind. What's
Right.
cool about the trailer is it keeps that production value. So it's a completely different style. The vibe has changed. The vibe
Yeah.
has shifted, my friends. But it is so engaging and the production value, I mean, like you can't overstate it. The number of just horrible trailers that I have suffered through from like established production companies, right? Like we're talking about established studios that
Yeah.
only do BLs. And just the amount of just like awful trailers I have suffered through because I liked The Boys compared to this
Yeah.
is mind-blowing.
So, I guess let's go over the kind of plot of the trailer, because it really is like it completely changes like the way that you see the short film, because
And it's so cool.
it's
The way
so
that they have
cool.
tied these things together
Yeah.
is so cool.
Yeah.
So, the plot of the trailer is essentially what it looks like the plot of the series is going to be
Yeah.
is the making of the short film that we have now all already seen
So
together.
fun. Yeah.
And this is just such a fun way to tie these things together because, this actually kind of happens somewhat frequently where, like the first thing that comes to mind is like a Kin Porsche, where
Mhm.
we will get this like essentially short film, right? Like, because the first Kim Porsche trailer was
Right.
what, like almost 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
And so we'll get essentially a short film and then something will change, something will happen, and the trailer will come out, and the connection is just like not there. So the way that they've managed to connect the short film to the trailer is super cool. And so the series is going to be all of the outside bits of making this short film that we've already seen, which is
Yeah.
like rad.
Which is so fun. So we start with David's character, who's now been introduced as Evan. He's this like actor, and
Evan Ung.
yeah,
Shall we stick to somewhat a series Sunday format and go through the cast list? Should
yeah, let's
we
yeah, let's do
should we
it.
do it? Okay, so we've got David Ung as Evan. We have Alfred Sun as Kai. And then we've got some side characters. So we have the addition of side characters. And so we have Patricia Mock as Eileen. We have Irene Ung as Caroline. We have John Louis as Lucas. We have Ayman Heikel as Summer. We have Polly as Russell. And then in a moment that's very exciting for me, we have Tasha Lowe as Leah. So we've got like the introduction of a lot of side characters in a
Yeah,
trailer, which is really interesting. And we'll talk about like
yeah.
the role that they all play.
And they're all super unique. So, uh Summer is the makeup artist, right?
Yes.
They are so fun. Like, that
Yes.
character of Summer is so cool. And so you have this moment at the beginning where Evan and Summer are like talking. Summer is fangirling over this boy. And it turns out that he does something sus, and he like has a homophobic moment. And his manager is like, I got you a BL. We're gonna, you've been given this opportunity.
I saved your career.
You're gonna turn your life around.
Yeah.
Which, we kind of love those moments, those like nods, like very lovely writer moments of
Yes.
like
Okay.
very
Here's the
meta.
thing. This is okay. This is so, so cool. And we'll talk about the plot, but let's talk about just like the
Yeah,
overall feel of the trailer. What's cool about it is because this is a first shot BL, if you go and you just kind of like Google around, you will see that like the like studio that's putting this out has talked about they borrowed from like Thai BLs and like that sort of vibe, and they
right.
do a really good job at it. And so
We love
this
a trope.
trailer is very much like Lovely Writer and Oxygen the series had a baby. Like Petch.
So good.
I mean, you guys, like Petch, truly, this is like a Petch situation. And Bethann, I love this for you, especially because I have a dream. I have a dream. And my dream is that Summerdaze gets made. And that Petch, our boy, your boy, you were the originator of the Petch love. And
Side note,
yes.
I'm highly considering buying his grains because he just came out with a grain company and I was 100% looking at the Google form and he ships internationally. Other hot side hustle boys. And y'all go buy Petra's grains.
Okay, so I have a dream for you, Bethan. This is my dream for you. Are you ready for my dream for you?
Oh
My
my.
dream, and it's a dream for me. It's a dream for both of us. Together, we both get something we want.
We're the same.
My dream is that Summerdaze gets made and that Petch, because Petch is like very supportive of the BL boys.
Yes.
And
the
Petch
Idol boys.
also loves an idol. You know where I'm going with this. Petch also loves an idol, much like me.
Yes.
And so truly my dream in life now, in addition to being Alfred's fan site, is
spoiler alert.
Yeah, I don't know, interview content. My dream is that Petch has the Summerdaze boys on. First of all, I think that Petch would love David. And also, Petch loves an idol. Petch and I are the same in this. And I really want like Alfred to teach Petch a dance, and then they do like a dance together, like an idol thing. And this is what I want. And I want that for you because you love Petch's idol content. And then I want that for me because it just sounds like a fun time.
It's true. I don't think I could handle that. My like mind would explode and that would be so cute.
Okay, but so the overall feel of this is like lovely writer where there's like a little bit of commentary on the industry in the background. And it's also light and funny, meets Oxygen the series in that we have a cafe, my friends.
After David gets offered after Evan gets offered the BL, you are introduced to Kai, Alfred's character, in a cute little cafe. There's a co-worker that's like
who is a love rival.
him.
And what I love about it is the intro, literally the way that it plays in is the intro is this love rival confessing. He's like in the middle of confessing, which like, I mean, mood, that's a big mood, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like, he has a little paper. It's adorable. He has this little paper and he's like, I've known you for so long. Dramatic reenactment.
Yes.
It's like, I've known you for so long. And he's in the middle of his confession and Kai gets a phone call and it's his manager who's hilarious. And is like, you have made it. You're going to be in a movie with David Ung or Evan Ung.
Yeah.
And they use the same last name for David's character, for Evan. Anyways, and she's like, you're gonna be in a movie with Evan. Like, I got you. Like, your fans are gonna freak out. I mean, yes. And so what's funny about it is that Evan is so David is playing this idol.
Yeah.
Right? Like David essentially is like this famous actor, this idol, like to the point where like there's a scene at the beginning, which is so funny, where he goes live. Evan does. He goes live and there's a comment on the screen that's like, step on my neck, Oppa. And he like reads it. Which first of all, just the forethought to include the phrase step on my neck is hilarious. And like, I'm just saying, it goes to show you the people that are writing this are actually in touch, because how many sort of like weird like writing moments have we seen in BLs? This is like so accurate. I mean, I don't think even Lovely Writer did this well, honestly.
It's
like
true.
This is a step above Lovely Writer, which is high praise. But so he like Evan reacts and he's like, you guys are so cute, which is like big idol energy.
Yeah. I think
it's
Alfred
amazing.
did some consulting on this show. Like, let's be honest. Yeah, the introduction of these two characters, you already love them from the short film. So now that the like mood has changed, it's a fun, like, you totally didn't expect for them to be who they are in these characters. And so then the trailer moves into they are going on a flight to Jeju to shoot this film,
Short film.
and then, like, all the madness ensues,
And the feelings
and
happen.
the feelings
Yes.
happen. There's a girl involved.
Evan catches the feelings. I am really curious to see where they're going to go with the
Yeah.
girl the girl character's name is Leah, which I don't know if you actually learned that in the trailer or if it's just on the Indiegogo,
Right.
played by Tasha Lowe. And I'm really curious because here's why. This is their first shot at a BL. It's first time doing it. And they have said that they borrowed a lot from Thai BLs. And I'm just going to say, like, Thai BLs, like, I mean, it's 50-50 as to whether or not they're going to
Totally.
handle the girl characters the right way.
Totally.
And like you and I have both talked about before how we hate when like the girl is this sort of just like irredeemable monster.
Yeah.
And so I will say Thai BLs in recent years have gotten a lot better with this, with like not making just like the random girl character the scapegoat.
Right.
And honestly, I almost get the vibe that this character might be like a Light on Me situation where like she was an irredeemable monster at the beginning and then we sort of like we kind of full circle it and you understand her and she says sorry and she has like genuine character growth. I kind of hope that's where they go with this, but right now based on the trailer it looks like she's going to be a monster. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that will be an interesting thinking about this trailer as a whole, like they really do lean into the tropes and it makes it fun. And you know, we've talked about this before, how we like have shows and movies that we watch over and over and over again because we just love them. And so if you give me the same storyline and the same tropes and all that stuff, like I'm gonna love it. But I also need it to be done well, and I need it to be acted well, and there to be,
and it
like
needs to be unique. So there's a difference between using a trope and regurgitating a story. And I think what's really interesting, and again, just like the quality of the creatives on the back end of this is pretty amazing because to be able to take a trope that you have never done before and make it unique and make it make sense and do it well and make it authentic and to do justice to it is actually really difficult. And I think they do it based on this trailer. And I'm just so incredibly impressed at the filmmaking of it all, right? Like everything that went into the making, the writing, the set, like all of it, the production, the quality. I mean,
they all understand the assignment.
They understand the assignment.
It's
true. Yeah.
So yeah, this trailer wraps up with just fun little moments of like I love, you know, I really need to learn this vocab word because is it a Japanese word where they talk about like the pinning to the wall?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Right. There is one of those in this.
It's like killing in Filipino. It's like
it's a full sort of like
called?
Western moment. From if you've seen Game Boys the movie, it's a full Western moment.
Well, what I like about that moment is the fact that Evan, you know that he's like self-confident and he is who he is and he's confident in it. And so the fact that he's kind of thrown this curveball with the possibility of falling in love with Kai, it probably has taken him a moment to like truly
shakes him a little bit
and grasp it. And so we're going to have these fun kind of back and forth moments of Evan being a little bit like apprehensive and insecure, but also like totally going full, was it Wes that pinned him to the wall?
Oh yeah, it was Wes. Wes was like full, like I mean, our boy Miggy was like full confidence. Yeah. And so I mean, this is another one where I would actually really compare Summerdaze to Game Boys in that. Okay, so if you think about it, Game Boys was the first shot at a BL for Idea First for the company that put out Game Boys. It was their first shot at like a true BL. And they were similarly to Telescope, the company that's putting this out, like art films, competition films. Like that's what
Right.
they do. They do
Creative.
film festival circuit films, right?
Yeah.
Like that is what they do. That is their bread and
Telescope
butter.
is more
They're really
brand
good about it.
stuff.
Yes, Telescope is like brand stuff, like fashion films, things like that.
Yeah.
And so this is like a first shot from a company that's coming at it from a different like
Mm.
vantage point.
Yep.
And I think that lends itself in a really cool way to making a BL, because all it does is like expand the purview and expand the expertise in a way that I think the BL industry needs.
Yeah.
And also, like, you can tell they put a lot of thought and a lot of time and a lot of effort
Yeah.
into making this not only look quality, like not just the production value, but also
Right.
the writing of it and the way that they're like positioning these actors and the way that they're promoting it. They have put a lot of thought into not just putting something out to capitalize on the money of BL,
Yeah.
but to put something out that is quality. And like
Right.
that's the problem. Like I'll just say it's a problem. BL is no longer niche. We know this, right? Like BL was a niche. We are no longer niche, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we are the mainstream. We are becoming the mainstream.
Right. Right.
And it is very easy. And in like, especially recently, we have just had so many series thrown at us where like,
Yeah.
it's clear that the intent behind it was we're just going to make two boys kiss on camera and like take it or leave it. That's what you guys want, right?
Right.
And it's like, no, actually, the series that are successful are the ones that actually care about the quality and that actually care about like the fandom and the group of people that are
Right.
watching these. And so that, it appears to me, is what's happening here. That's what happened with Idea First. That's why Game Boys
Yeah.
was so good, is they came at it from a quality point of view.
Right.
And I think that's what's happening with Summerdaze. And I'm like super into it because
Yeah.
again, you can see from the success of the BLs where like the boys don't even kiss, that like you
Yeah. Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
just throw two boys on screen and make them kiss
Right.
and expect it to be a thing.
So, we know when we're being pandered to. And so with this and with Idea First and with Nadow doing we get these series that create this next level for the actors and the company. And we've talked about this too, where I can't wait to consume anything that Idea First puts out, because
Right.
Idea First, like, they get it. Like
And
they got
everyone
good
at
stuff.
Idea First is amazing. And
Yeah.
what's great about it is they have built this fan community
Yeah.
and they are wonderful to every single fan. There is not a moment.
Yeah.
I have no moment of doubt in knowing and understanding and fully believing that every single human being at Idea First and associated with Idea First is a quality human.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm getting that feel from Telescope and Summerdaze. And I can't wait to see this series. I think there's going to be humor. I think there's going to be emotion. Y'all, they're putting out content already that is so fun and just interesting. And the chemistry that David and Alfred have, like, let's talk about this couple because they're such a fun dynamic.
Well, and
And
okay, what's cool about it, we talk a lot, we've brought up Itze a couple
yeah,
times. We talk a lot about the success of Bilkin and Pee of BKPP is really based in the fact that they have been friends for so long that they have this very, very trusting relationship.
yeah,
And that's why they are so successful as a ship. And so they have this fun, playful, right? Like we all, that like my,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that whole like, can I touch you? My. May
yeah,
I
yeah,
put
yeah.
my? And just like PP and Bilkin, their relationship together, and just that, like, you can tell they trust each other,
And
that
they're
they have
having
full trust in each
fun.
other, and they have
Yeah,
fun with each other, and they
yep,
genuinely like each other.
yeah,
And that is all based in the fact that they were friends for forever.
mhm.
And so I gotta say, Alfred and David have a leg up on any other brand new couple that you are watching, even out of the Thai industry,
True.
because they don't have to workshop for this, right? They already shot the short film. They've been friends for years.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all need to watch the interview because there's some fun stories that we found out about this series that, like, truly again lends itself to just like the love of a BL ship and just the fun banter between the two. And so they have this content on YouTube that they've been putting out, which it's a line from the show, right? Where it's like
Eat
the direct
together, sit together, or sit together, eat together, sleep together. And
yes.
it's from the trailer.
Yeah, the director
Yeah.
says it when they like first meet to get them acquainted. And so they've put out these YouTube. So like the first was like them sitting in a car
We
together,
sit together.
which is where you find out like such fun facts about the both
And I mean,
Alfred
tadpole
and
is frog.
David. Yeah. Where Alfred is a cute tadpole. He gets compared to a tadpole
He
and
gets
then
compared to a tadpole, and then there's a whole argument about whether or not a tadpole is a frog. And
it's
yes.
true. And then recently they ate together and tried a bunch of different food, which is really fun. And
Which means that the next one coming out is going to be sleep together. And I'm all about like a pajama. Are they going to give me a pajama party? Please.
You know, the idols do love a pajama party.
Oh,
so.
the idols do love a PJ party.
Yeah.
Oh, Alfred is a full idol boy.
Full idol.
I feel like I've been so starved of idol content that this was like tailor made for me because like obviously I love my idols and my idols have been on like a hiatus, or not really a hiatus, but like a bunch of their members are enlisted and they're like busy with, I don't know. I've just
acting
been so
and other
starved
things. It's
of
true.
my idols that
She found an idol and has gone down a rabbit hole.
Okay, if I will say, like, if you are universe, like we are universe.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, you guys.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Where's this gonna go?
You already know I talk about it a lot. Alfred is if you took Kino and you took Jinho and you made them one person. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're 100% right. And it's amazing. So yeah, we are so excited about this series being made. Here is our telethon moment. We're going to do it because y'all
full PBS. We're going full PBS.
We are.
You can support shows like this and your local community.
We joke about crowdfunding because I personally love crowdfunding. I have crowdfunded a couple of different things. I crowdfunded a deaf theater company who got to Broadway. I helped fund like a short dance film. Like
if you're in the States, you've probably crowdfunded people's medical expenses.
Totally. And the cool thing about crowdfunding creative projects is that you get to be a part of it and they give you the coolest perks. Like this thing, you could even be an executive producer, which Alfred actually is fully willing to kill David's character for you.
Oh, right. I forgot
if you ask him to. Like you could buy yourself a cameo into this show, which is crazy.
Right. You
awesome.
could be in the show. You wouldn't have to go through casting and like compete with Kauna, who's at every casting ever.
It's true.
I mean,
if you are as disappointed that you couldn't fund Innocent the series, like jump on the Summerdaze because I kick myself every time I see the end credits of Innocent. I was like, somebody got to make this really cool film, this really cool series, and I didn't get to be a part of it.
Here's my soapbox moment. My soapbox moment is we just recently, we make lots of jokes about crowdfunding, lots of different things, but just recently made a joke about crowdfunding an Academy Award nomination for First, which he does deserve. Okay, first of all, he does deserve. But literally every single comment on that TikTok, on that clip from that episode of the podcast is, take my money. I'm here for it. Let me give you my money. Like, let's make this happen. I am so here to crowdfund for this. I am so here to crowdsource this. Yeah. Every single comment. I literally have the screenshots. And we get it on like, yes. Here's the thing. There are people, we can now do that. Yeah. You have a place to put your money that will actually go to do this creative thing, this really awesome show that, I mean, Singapore's first BL, which like, how cool would it be to be a part of that moment? And it's like, we all joke and we all talk a big game about how like we would crowdsource a season 2 of this or that.
Yeah.
And we now, as fans have the opportunity to put our money behind something that's actually quality, that is not pandering to us.
And y'all, we are in no way affiliated with Summerdaze or
Not sponsored.
Telescope.
Not sponsored.
We
If y'all only knew the
genuinely love
struggle, if y'all only knew the struggle of getting this Wednesday's episode to happen, it's just like a comedy of errors, but it happened.
true.
We are in no way of like, we are not being paid. We in fact have paid.
We probably will get a cease and desist after.
Oh yeah, we're not even gonna get a nice note that's like, hey, can you guys like edit this? We're gonna get like a full legal
you need to take this down.
Cease and desist. You're never allowed to say Alfred's name again.
That will happen. We will probably make a trip to Singapore, and Alfred will happen to be out of the country that day.
It's a joke.
Y'all, we want to get this series made. We're super excited about it. We're super excited just to see this story come to life. You know, we're super excited always.
It's a joke. All I can say is that it's a joke. And if you want to watch, okay, listen, hear me out. So people really love the clips where we look like idiots. Like that one time I told Kyle Volino he was perfect to his face. And like that one time that like Beth Ann, you made Miggy's like voice rise 6 octaves. Like you guys, for whatever reason, are always commenting and liking and like interacting with that stuff. Tune in Wednesday to watch me accidentally say that I like want to follow Alfred around in the streets, which is like, it was a joke. I want to take this moment to clear my name. First of all,
hopefully Alfred will see this.
Hopefully Alfred won't see this. Hopefully I never have to talk to Alfred again in my life, because I shame spiral about this daily. You know how like you go to bed and you like think through every stupid thing you ever did in your life? It's like the top 10 dumbest things you ever did in your life. This situation with Alfred is like numbers 1 through 8 on my list. 100 P. Listen, it was a joke, and what happened was that then you need to get better about your teasing. So he fully went into that being like, oh, like it'll be like funny, haha, like Ayla thinks that Alfred is cute, and like this will be like a funny thing. And then instead of like, when I teased you about Mickey, I was like, oh, Beth Ann is our resident like Wesley stan.
Yeah.
That was my teasing. Your teasing was like, Ayla's gonna follow you around and cut off your face. Like, you like, rein it in. It was a joke. And also, by the way, I feel like it came out wrong because I don't specifically want to be Alfred's fan site. I want to be a fan site because we've
talked about this for forever.
I truly do want to know what it's like to be so independently wealthy that your whole job is walking around taking pictures of cute boys. Like, what must your life be like?
And like the covert ops that go into getting these cameras into
they are like concerts. 007.
I experienced this going into a GOT7 concert and was slightly scared for my life just because like, I was in the vicinity of something.
I think we experienced this during Pentagon. We both experienced it during NCT 127, the show we do not speak of. So like, yes,
if y'all listen this far, you're true listeners and you just love this stuff. So
anyways, clearing my name. I don't actually want to be Alfred's fan site. I just want to be a fan site. Although like, yeah, I do like Alfred's face. Like whatever, I'll admit to it. I don't care.
Okay, y'all.
There are no repercussions here.
Here's what we want to announce. Yes, let's talk about the giveaway because it's a thing. So I was on Twitter earlier and somebody was like, hey Mix, we really want your shirts to be restocked, and he was like, I'm gonna go to bed now.
And also like 2.5 weeks ago we asked you guys to vote on what our next giveaway should be. One of the things happened to be an XIW shirt.
Yes. So in conjunction with this giveaway or with this Series Sunday / interview.
Okay, absolute chaos. Utter destruction of our brand.
We're giving away a Mix t-shirt. Every dollar that you contribute to Summerdaze, you know, forego your McDonald's Coke, your McDonald's
The
drink.
dollar drink is real, okay? Look, I understand if you want your dollar drink, but maybe take like your other $4 if you have. I don't know, whatever. I'm not trying to peer pressure you into giving money, but I kind of am.
But I am. You said you
So
have money to give us. Give it to Summerdaze.
yeah, you guys were talking about giving us money for a billboard. Like recently, a bunch of people have been asking for merch. Like, here's what we would like instead is for every $1 that you pledge on the Indiegogo or the PayPal to make Summerdaze a series happen, you'll get one entry into this giveaway. There are some other rules as well. You have to be following us, which if you watched last Wednesday's episode, Ja already told you to. So if you're not already, like, does that just mean you don't listen to Ja when he tells you to do things? Because I would be scared. I'm just saying. So you have to be following us. There are some ways to get some extra entries. It's a good time. And yes, so for every $1 that you pledge, it boils down to every $1 you pledge is one entry into the giveaway. You could win an XIW shirt by Mix, super limited edition, super sold out. We just had the foresight when we bought our own shirts to buy an extra one. And now it is just sitting here waiting to be in your home.
Yes.
You have the added benefit of when you pledge money on the Indiegogo, you actually get perks from Summerdaze as well. So, like, you're going to walk away with something no matter what.
Y'all, we're just thinking of you. Like, we love you guys.
Here to serve the people.
So, this has been Series Sunday. Like, subscribe, comment, follow, turn on those notifications at Let's Talk BL. This has been Let's Talk BL. We'll see you next time.